my name is Bonnie, I'm the Purple Bookish Frog and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a newbie tag for you. I think this is the best way to introduce myself and introduce my channel, of course. So I've got my questions here, so I'll just get cracking. Why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I love books and I love crafts. I have already got a Booktube channel, which is YouTube but with cross stitching, and I include mostly cross stitching. Sometimes I show a bit of crochet and knitting, you know, that sort of thing, but mostly it's cross stitching, so we call that Booktube. And I did toy with the idea of having a Booktube and Booktube channel, but that would mean I'd have to change all my names over and I couldn't be arsed. I toyed with the idea of just filming some Booktube videos and adding it on, and just uploading them to my Booktube channel, but I didn't know if that would go down well with my Booktube community that I've built up already. I thought no, it's probably best to create a Booktube channel on its own. I played with the idea back in 2020, but I found that I couldn't really keep up with it. You know, 2020, terrible year. Just a nightmare for anything and everything. So it didn't really pan out, and any videos that I did make were awkward. I felt weird. So I thought I'd just get rid of them, and I still have them, but I made them private because they made me cringe. I felt awkward watching them, so I decided to make them private and completely just forget that they exist. So anyway, I thought I would start the Booktube channel again, and here I am making a Booktube video. I'm so excited. I also thought that having a Booktube channel of my own would help me to be a bit more out there, have a creative outlet that talks about my books. I love reading books. I specifically love creating TBRs. TBR games are my favourite. I love supporting other booktubers, and I thought it would just be nice to join their ranks, you know, start creating my own content. I'm not sure about how unique they will be, but I thought I'd just start making a video and learning how to do editing and all of that stuff, and then just start small and build my way up. Question number 2. What are some of the fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? That is one of the hardest questions of my life. I don't know why, it really is. I'm thinking vlogs, book reviews, read-alongs, readathons, just read a lot of books with lots of fun people. Pretty much is what I want to do and what I think I can do. One day I might even go live. Oh my god, that just filled me with dread, and I'm only on like video 1. I would like to do some vlogs, TBR videos. There's loads of tags going on out there that I'd really like to do. Unique, fun and unique. I don't know. I don't think I can do fun and unique. I might do once I get a bit more used to filming and stuff, but right now, fun and unique things are drawing a blank in my mind. I'm not really sure what to say with that one. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Do you want to know what my ultimate goal is? I want to make a TBR game. That is the most fun video going out there. I'm telling you, so much fun. My favourite one is Stephanie from Stephanie Book First. Her TBR game is amazing. It's called TBR Star Hop. It's my favourite. I would love to make my own TBR game, and her one would just totally be the inspiration. Just love it. Bookish Gem has a TBR artsy TBR game. Brilliant. I've never even played TBRs. I've never even played Yahtzee before, and she now makes me want to play Yahtzee. There's Becca and the Books. Her Bookopoly board game is great. Griff reads. She's got I'm a Celebrity board, which is brilliant. I just love it. That's so clever. Everybody is so clever with their creativity and their content, and TBR games are just so much fun. Kit Kat Can Read. Her TBR game seems to have a multitude of TBR games in it. So much fun. There's a new booktuber who does TBR raffle. I can't remember her name. She's new, you see. I'll put her name here. But she's got a really nice little game. It's very simple, lots of jars, and she picks out for each category. It's so much fun. There's so many. Oh, there's one I watched just the other week. I've never seen it before. Oh my goodness, what's her name? The Book Dreamer's Alley. Her TBR game is so much fun, and she recently had one where she had all other booktubers give her book choices for the prompt that she lands on. So much fun. Oh my god, I was like on the edge of my seat. So TBR games clearly are my favourite videos to watch on BookTube. So question number 4. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it's purely escapism, isn't it? I love going on an adventure every time I crack open a book. It's a great way to just forget about something for a couple of hours, and I just love it. And I love the fact that it's now a community thing. When you're on BookTube, it's not just you reading a book, you're reading books with hundreds of other people. It's so much fun. I love reading. I love the fact that the authors are just so creative. I couldn't even think up an ounce of half of the creative stuff that they come up with. Their ideas are just mind-blowing. I just love it. I love it. Oh dear, I love reading. So much fun. I don't know if I can ever explain it. If you want something to cheer you up when you're feeling a bit crap, read a book. It's simple. If you want to learn something because you're not really sure about something, or you need to learn something, or you need to widen your knowledge and experience, read a book. It's just so much fun. Question number 5. What book or series got you into reading? To be honest, I'm not sure what my earliest memory of a book is, but I want to say The Babysitter Club. I think I was reading them back when I was about 10, 11. That was a long time ago. 30 years ago. Bloody hell, so old. But yeah, that was 30 years ago. I can't believe it. Round about then I was also reading The Hardy Boys, Secret 7. I remember when I was in school I read The Outsiders and absolutely loved that. Round about the time of school I read Watership Down, because round about that time I kind of spent most of my time, if I wasn't at school, I was mainly in the library. I was one of those kids that didn't really have many friends, social anxiety and all that. So having spare time, I was in the library all the time, just reading. I would read in the corner and I'd read literally book after book after book. So I read so many and I don't remember any of them. I do remember round about just before I left school, I was reading a book called Summer Dreams, Winter Love. I think it's a point romance book. Oh my god, that was the start of boy crushes for me. I fell in love with the boy on the cover. It was amazing, and I wanted to be the girl with her strawberry blonde hair. Oh dear, I don't know. As I got older, I was in college, and I read things like Cujo with Stephen King, Pet Sematary, Stephen King. I'm not sure I've read Carrie. I think that I've seen the movie a couple of times, but I don't think I've actually read the book. So I would like to one day. I read Misery, I'm sure I did. What else did I read? I read The Malibu Stalk Nightmares, which was by Irving Welsh. I think I might have read Trainspotting, but I don't know if I actually watched it rather than read it. I read a book called Sputnik Sweetheart, which was my favourite book of all time when I was about 18, 19. I remember finding it in this little old used bookstore in Russell Square. Oh my god, my mind opened up, and then suddenly I was like, I felt like a proper adult reading that book. It's written by the guy who wrote Norwegian Wood. And Clockwork Bird Chronicles, although I've not read that. I did have the book, but it was too big and scared the crap out of me, so I gave it away. I'm not sure if I've still got Norwegian Wood and Sputnik Sweetheart. I might have it in the garage. If I do, it's probably withered. Very, very weathered. Oh dear. Never mind on that one. Did I just go off on a tangent? It says, what books got you into reading? And I sort of gave you my reading life story. Okay, so the next question is, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? How do you film videos without it taking forever? I've taken about 600 takes of this video, and I still am not sure I answered the questions at any point. And then I have to edit all this, and this is going to take forever. How do you organise yourself and your thoughts for booktube and film it without having a lot of time taken up? Did that make sense? And film it without taking up a lot of your time, because I want booktube to be a fun hobby, but I don't want it to take over my life. And this is my very first video, and already it's taken me 3 hours. Actually, it's taken me an hour, but it's been several takes. How do you think up your content? Some of you come up with your ideas are so fresh and unique, and I'm like, wow. It's really like, you blow my mind every time you come up with a new concept and a new video. And oh my god, and Ro, Wandering Through Worlds. Did any of you take part in her recent readathon? That TBRGP TBR RPG-a-thon. That is so clever. I know she said she took the format off from someone else, but the storytelling that she did, come on, that was some clever stuff. Just her and her fella, really brainy, very good, very good. And Gabby Reads, she's one of my favourite booktubers. I love her vlogs. They're so simple. She doesn't do like anything crazy special. I mean, she makes her everyday mundane life, although her life is not mundane, but I mean like the going out to work, doing the grocery shopping, that sort of thing. She makes her everyday routines look fun. So I want to do that. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Streamlining my booktube content making process, like filming, scripting, all of that stuff. Self-confidence and overcoming this imposter syndrome thing. I feel like a right ninny sitting here trying to be a booktuber, make a video. I feel like I shouldn't be here doing that, which is stupid because everybody was new at one point, weren't they? Everybody made their very first video at one point, and here's me thinking, wow, it's been so hard just to make a newbie tag video, when really I should just take it easy on myself and say, this is your very first video. You're not expected to make it perfect. You're just expected to make a video, answer the questions and put it up on YouTube. You're not expected to suddenly start performing, singing and dancing. Do you know what I mean? You just take it one step at a time. There's no need to make things harder on myself. Just make a video and hope that your friends like it. Simple. When did you start reading? As I mentioned before, I reckon I was reading probably from about 10. I'm not entirely sure when I started reading. To be honest, I don't remember a time when I didn't love reading books. So I don't really know what to say there. But if I had to put an age to it, I would say age 10 was when I was properly starting to read. Roughly about then. Yeah. Where do you read? I read anywhere and everywhere. I have Kindle on my phone. I have a Kindle Fire. So when I'm at home and I want to read and it's charged, I can read off that. I have Kindle on my iPad. I have Kindle on my phone, so that if I'm out and about, like at work or something, I've got my phone with me so I can read during my lunch break. I tend to read ebooks because I can get free books off Amazon, free books off the library, and I get Audible is on my phone as well. I get a free book every month from there. And also they've just recently started doing the Audio Plus catalogue, so I get free books off there, so I can listen from there. And my library does ebooks and audiobooks, so I tend to read anywhere basically. But if I'm at home, I still read Kindles mainly because I don't have that many physical books. When I do read at home, I like to read in bed mainly, or on the sofa. What kind of books do you like to read? My ultimate genre is horror. My second, thriller. My third, I would say any. I'm just starting to branch out and do a bit of sci-fi. Sci-fi? When was the last sci-fi book I read? Some weird book called Swarm. That was last year, wasn't it? And a book called 14, which was about weird rooms in this flat. It didn't go at all how I thought it would go. When I picked it up, I thought that book was a horror. Turned out it was a sci-fi. Gabby Reed got me into horror books. I mean, I've always read horror when I was younger, but all I knew was Dean Koontz or Stephen King. I didn't really know about any other books. So when I started watching BookTube again, I discovered books like Nick Cutter, The Troop. My God, that book completely blew my mind. He got another book out, although I don't think it's a physical book. I think it's a Audible original. It's called The Breach. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you have the stamina for horror, definitely give that one a go. Oh my God. There's a couple of bits in that book that sticks with me all the time. Whoa. And then there's Grady Hendrix. I read my best friend's Exorcism. Yeah, and that was fun. I really enjoyed that. I'd like to read that again. I would like to read that again. I would love to have the proper physical book for that, but one day I'll do that. But at the moment, I'm reading a book called Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. Now, that is a scary book. Bloody hell. Really scary. That scared the crap out of me so much. So much. Oh my God. I haven't even finished it. I couldn't read it at night time because it was giving me visions when I was trying to sleep. So I had to stop reading the book and only read it either during the day or when I knew my husband was at home at night, because I was my mind was running wild and I had to put it down. But this book was too creepy. It was almost too much. But I am still reading it. I'm about 88% through, so I need to finish it today because the live show for that is today. And I was so hoping I would have it finished in time, but I refuse to watch it until I finish the book so I don't spoil myself. But I'm really gutted not to be part of the actual show. But it's my own fault. I kept putting it off because I was finding myself. But other than that, I do love horror books. I love thrillers, and I do like romance, contemporary. I'm not really a fan of historical fiction, but saying that, the historical fiction that I have read, I do enjoy. I mean, I read The Familiars, and I listened to that on Audible rather than read it, because I did do both, and I preferred to listen to it on Audible, probably because I could understand the language better if I heard it rather than read it. And that was a good read. I read The Crow Folk, which is a historical fantasy. Loved that so much. I read, what was the last one I read? Quite recently. Oh, Rule Britannia, and that was a 3-star. But that was purely because of the guy's writing. It was a little. He made weird ways of describing things, but that was a good story though. It was a really good story. It's just his writing was a little bit off for me, just for me though. And then I just read Interview with a Vampire. Again, I had to listen to it. I preferred to listen to it than read it, although I did both, and that was really good as well. So when I say I don't like historical fiction, I did just spout out a few titles that I could probably just say I like historical fiction, but I'm not really a fan of it because I don't I don't reach for it. I don't go, oh, historical fiction. Oh, wow, I need to go and have a look at that. No, I go, scary as hell. Oh, I need to have a look at that. See. But I do like it. And I do like a bit of fantasy. Epic fantasy, I've not read. I don't think I've read anything epic fantasy unless it was Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Would Watership Down count as a fantasy? I read that when I was younger, and I think I would read that again. But I would say that my favourite is horror, and my least favourite would be historical fiction. I mean, the stuff like Philippa Gregory, or whatever her name is, that sort of read would not appeal to me at all. So you see those kind of books wouldn't appeal to me. I just recently discovered what cozy mystery is a couple of years ago, so that was alright, but it's not my favourite genre. It's just easy reads, aren't they? I love The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and that's contemporary, isn't it? Contemporary romance. I like that sort of stuff. So I reckon I like a good mixture, and I could get away. But fantasy, I wouldn't say I'm well versed in fantasy, but I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I'm going to read House of Hollow next month. Spoiler alert, by the way. I was going to add that in a TBR video, but I just told you that. That, like, everybody's going on about reading Brandon Sanderson, and like books like that intimidates me. I always feel like I'm not going to understand what's going on. I don't know why I've got it in my head that he's a intelligent writer that will scare me and make me feel stupid. I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that way? Like Robin Hobb, that too. I like think, oh no. For some reason, if the book is like this thick, I'm not smart enough to read it. Isn't that a stupid thing to say? Oh dear. Well, anyway, I think I better end this video here before I start telling you other nonsense stuff and actually showing you how odd and weird I might actually be, and you won't want to talk to me. But anyway, I will speak to you all later. Have a great day, and I hope you all have a fantastic, I was going to say a fantastic month, but I'm hoping to have another video out by the end of the week showing you what my February TBR would be. Or should I add it onto this video, since it is the 30th of January? No, I will tease you and let you know in another video. I shall see you all later. Bye.